every real-world issue Brooklyn Nine-Nine tackled racial profiling and police bias. In the season 4 episode Moo Moo, Sergeant Terry Jeffords is stopped and aggressively questioned by a white police officer in his own neighborhood while searching for his daughter's lost toy. The incident forces Terry to confront the reality that his uniform doesn't protect him from racial bias. The episode's central conflict is not about finding an easy answer, but exploring the difficult internal debate between Terry, who wants to file a formal complaint, and Captain Holt, who initially advises against it, fearing it will harm Terry's career. Holt recounts his own experiences facing racism and homophobia, arguing that changing the system requires working from within. Ultimately, Holt supports Terry's decision to file the complaint, showcasing the complex, painful, and deeply personal nature of systemic prejudice. Sexual assault and the Me Too movement. The season 6 episode, He Said, She Said, directly tackles the complexities of reporting sexual assault in the workplace. Amy and Jake investigate a case where a woman's career was destroyed after she reported her boss for attempting to assault her. The case mirrors Amy's own past experience with a former captain who mentored her but then tried to kiss her, leading her to question her career path. The episode highlights the systemic hurdles victims face, from disbelief and victim blaming to professional retaliation. A crucial scene shows Amy confessing her story to Rosa, who offers her unwavering support. The episode concludes with Amy making the decision to share her own story, empowering other women in the NYPD to come forward. LGBTQ+ representation and coming out. In the season 5 episode Game Night, Rosa Diaz comes out as bisexual to the squad and, more difficultly, to her parents. The episode handles the moment with a mix of humor and sincerity. Charles's initial reaction is comically over-supportive, while the rest of the squad accepts her without hesitation. The core emotional conflict occurs when Rosa's parents react poorly, telling her it's just a phase. Jake organizes a game night to show Rosa that the precinct is her true family, one that accepts her unconditionally. The episode was widely praised for its authentic portrayal of the coming-out experience, particularly the potential for family rejection and the importance of a chosen support system. Gun control and active shooter situations. The season 5 episode, Show Me Going, addresses the intense anxiety and helplessness felt during an active shooter event. When the squad learns that Rosa is responding to an active shooter situation in another part of Brooklyn, they are forced to remain at the precinct, unable to help. The episode unfolds in near real time, focusing entirely on the squad's reactions. Each character copes differently. Amy frantically tries to gather information. Jake attempts to distract himself by fixing a toilet, and Holt maintains a calm but clearly tense command. The episode avoids showing any violence, instead focusing on the emotional toll such events take on law enforcement and their loved ones, highlighting the fear and uncertainty that define these modern tragedies. Police corruption from within. While the show features many external antagonists, the main arc at the end of season 4 and the beginning of season 5 focuses on deep-seated police corruption. Lieutenant Melanie Hawkins, a highly respected and seemingly heroic cop, is revealed to be the leader of a corrupt ring of bank robbers. She expertly frames Jake and Rosa, leading to their conviction and imprisonment. This storyline demonstrates how corruption isn't always obvious, but can be hidden behind a decorated career. It forces the squad to work outside the system to prove their friend's innocence, showing that the thin blue line can be used to protect criminals within the force. Cool. Systemic police reform and activism. The show's final season directly confronts the social justice movements of 2020 and the call for police reform. The season opens with Rosa quitting the force to become a private investigator, disillusioned with her ability to effect change from within the system. Amy pitches a comprehensive reform program to Holt, creating a central conflict between the desire for progressive change and the realities of a resistant institution. The season explores the moral complexities of modern policing, with characters debating their roles and responsibilities in a system that is being fundamentally questioned by the public. Ethical lines and interrogation. The critically acclaimed season 5 episode The Box is a bottle episode that almost entirely takes place in an interrogation room. Jake and Holt have 12 hours to extract a confession from a calm, intelligent dentist suspected of murdering his partner. The episode serves as a deep dive into the psychology and ethics of police interrogation. Jake's pop culture-fueled tactics clash with Holt's methodical, logic-based approach. As the clock ticks down, they are tempted to cross ethical lines to secure the confession, culminating in a debate about whether the ends justify the means. It's a nuanced look at the immense pressure police face and the moral compromises they must navigate.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn!
And that is 3-0 damn.
The flaws of the foster care system. In the season 1 episode Old School, Jake is forced to reconnect with a washed-up journalist who he once idolized. During the investigation, it's revealed that the journalist's source is a young man who grew up in the foster care system. The young man explains how he was bounced between homes, never having a stable family, which led him to a life of crime. While a B-plot, the story provides a brief but pointed critique of a system that often fails the children it's meant to protect, showing the direct line between a lack of opportunity and criminal outcomes. The inadequacy of the prison system. When Jake and Rosa are in prison at the start of Season 5, the show uses the setting to comment on the prison system. Jake's prison experience is portrayed as a dangerous and bizarre environment, where he must align with a cannibal to survive. Rosa's time in a women's prison is shown to be equally brutal, forcing her to adopt an even tougher persona to avoid being a target. The storyline, while comedic, implicitly critiques a system focused on punishment rather than rehabilitation, where inmates must resort to extreme measures simply to get through their sentences. Toxic family dynamics and parental neglect. A recurring theme throughout the series is the impact of toxic parenting. Jake's daddy issues stemming from his irresponsible and absentee father, Roger Peralta, are a central part of his character arc. In episodes like Captain Peralta, we see how this neglect shaped Jake's fear of commitment and his constant need for a reliable father figure, which he finds in Captain Holt. Similarly, Amy's relationship with her demanding, ex-cop father and competitive brother highlights the pressure she feels to constantly prove her worth. These storylines ground the characters' motivations in realistic, relatable family trauma. The stigma of therapy and mental health. In the Season 2 episode Defense Rests, Charles Boyle's ex-wife holds his sperm hostage as part of their divorce settlement. Overwhelmed by the absurdity and stress, Charles seeks therapy. The episode normalizes the act of seeing a therapist, treating it not as a sign of weakness but as a practical tool for managing life's challenges. The squad's reaction is supportive, helping to destigmatize the idea of seeking professional help for mental and emotional well-being, a topic often sidestepped in workplace comedies. If you appreciate how Brooklyn Nine-Nine blended comedy with important conversations, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, the challenges of adoption. In Season 7, Jake and Amy's journey to parenthood culminates in their decision to adopt. The episode Trying honestly portrays the emotional roller coaster of the adoption process. It depicts their high hopes, the crushing disappointment when a birth mother changes her mind, and the strain it puts on their relationship. The storyline avoids romanticizing the process, instead presenting a realistic look at the uncertainty and resilience required for prospective adoptive parents, ultimately celebrating their choice and the formation of their family with the birth of their son, Mac. Sexism and misogyny in law enforcement. Throughout the series, both Amy and Rosa face sexism in their male-dominated profession. In the very first season's The Vulture, Amy's ambition is initially misinterpreted by Jake as just trying to impress the captain. More pointedly, in He Said, She Said, Amy's entire career trajectory was altered by a male superior who abused his power. Rosa also consistently has to assert her authority and toughness to be taken seriously. These moments serve as a running commentary on the additional barriers women face in law enforcement, from casual condescension to outright harassment. Financial predation and pyramid schemes. In the Season 4 episode The Overmining, the episode breaks down how these predatory schemes target hopeful individuals with promises of easy wealth, only to leave them in debt. It serves as a comedic public service announcement, exposing the manipulative tactics and fraudulent nature of multi-level marketing companies. Its initial confidence that he is too smart to be fooled, followed by his slow, horrified realization, highlights how easily anyone can be taken in by these scams. If you enjoyed this breakdown, I'm going to be posting a lot more content like this here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.